Hello, good morning, bonjour. Anyway, today I want to do a tutorial on eyeshadow quads. So most often when you pick up a palette, something like this says Tartelette in Bloom by Tarte. And most often when you pick them up, they will have 4 eyeshadow shades inside of them. And what I want to talk about today is how you're supposed to use 4 eyeshadows. So here's the gist of it, and then after that I'll do a tutorial on how to apply them to your eyes. Then I'll show you my version of it, what I do, and then what is most typically done. So currently right now I don't have on any makeup at the moment. This is my, I guess you call my before. I just have a couple little things going on, so by the time I get to doing the eyeshadow stuff, it should be gone. So how this is generally used is, if you notice, on every single row there is a lighter to dark. There's these gradients that go, from lightest to darkest down each row. How these are generally meant to be used is the lighter one would be used on the inner corner of your eyelid here, as well as to highlight in the peak of your brow bone. The second one usually is usually a neutral color that you're going to use in the crease of your eye, in your eye socket. And the reason for that is to give just something to blend in between the colors that you have on your eyelid and the colors that are going to go just above your eye socket. Without having that neutral color in between, it will look a little more messy when you do your eyes. So it is really important to have some kind of a neutral shade that you are working with. The third color in an eye palette, this one happens to be shimmery, is usually meant to be used in the outer V of your eye. It's meant to deepen and darken up this part of your eye right here. This is called the outer V. And that's where you would use it to give some depth and dimension to your eye. So you've already created an eye socket using the neutral color, and then you do an outer V. And then the fourth color, which is usually the deepest and darkest color, is generally used as an eyeliner. So you would run that right along as close to your lash line as possible. If you choose, you can smoke it out, and especially out here in the outer V, you can smoke it out, and that will just give you even more depth and dimension in that eye. How I like to use eyeshadow quads. I generally like to use the lightest color in general, the same. I use that to highlight here, and then of course the neutral color I use in my eye socket, and then this color here, which would be the third, the one that's meant to go in the outer V, I like to use that one a little bit above that outer V, so kind of extending it a little bit more out. So I'll put it in my outer V here. Then I will use, say, a blending brush such as this one, and I'll blend it out and above that outer V just a little bit. Then I like to use a really good close blending brush. This is a small tapered blending brush from Sigma. It's the E45. I like to use a brush like this. Sorry, that got really blurry. And go in with the deepest color. So for example, that one. And then put that right below, right in that outer V part of my eye. And then using a blending brush again. This one is a blending brush by IT Cosmetics for Ulta. It's really wonderful. I love this brush. I love these brushes. They're super, super ultra soft. I've washed them a jillion times and the bristles are lasting. Anyway, then I would take this brush and just blend between where the deepest color left off and where this third color here that I had, where that one started above the V. So I would blend in just, kind of that area there. That's how I like to apply eyeshadow quads, and then I choose my own eyeliner. If I still want to use this, the deepest one is my eyeliner, I can do that, and I would do that, and I would just really accentuate it in the outer corner of my eye. And that is generally the rule for all of these. As you can see, again, they move from lightest to darkest. And that's just a basic rule that you can follow for any eyeshadow quad and how they want to use those. So let's get to the tutorial part. See you there. Hi guys. I am back. I've got my foundation on and I have one eye completed. So let's go ahead and do the other eye. I'm going to start off using a soft blending brush. This is the one by It Cosmetics, the Ulta version, and I'm using the color Jet Setter, this one here. And tilting my head so I really get this in the crease. I'm going to start on the outer part of my eye. Becca's shimmer in the color Pearl. I'm going to highlight my brow bone using a Real Techniques accent brush. I'm going in with my Sigma what is this, E45. I'm going to pick up the color Rocker. This third one in the set of 4. I'm going to get just a little bit just on the tip of my brush. And I'm going to go right into my eye socket. Grabbing the same blending brush that I used to apply the first color, I'm going to blend just right here. And then I'm going to continue that process until I'm happy with the amount of color and the look. Then using the same E45 Sigma brush, I'm going to pick up the very last color, which is the deepest one, and it's called Smoke Show. I'm going to get just a little bit on my brush. A little goes a long way, so you can always add more, but you can't really take away, so just make sure that you start with just a little bit. And again, blending. That's it from the palette. That's how to use 4 eyeshadow colors. Then I'm going to go in with a plum eye pencil. And I'm going to line just my upper eyelid. And I'm not going to bring it in all the way. I'm going to pick up my E45 Sigma brush again. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit of that neutral color. So Jet Setter. Whoop, there it is. Right there. And I'm going to do just a little tiny bit underneath the eye like this. Fill in my eyebrow. Going in with the NYX Wonder Pencil, just to give it a little more definition. I'm using just a little fluffy brush. I don't even know where this brush came from. I've had it for like 8 years. long before I had any idea how to use it. And right on the eyelid, I'm going to use the lightest color Charmer, and to kind of help like pink it up just a bit, I'm going to use Flower Child, the one just below it, on top of the Charmer. Going back to NYX Wonder Pencil, I'm going to line my lower waterline. Pop on some mascara and I'll be right back. Alright, so I put on some mascara and I went ahead and did my lips. I went for more of a nude lip and, you know, but a touch more. Obviously, as you can see, it's quite a bit more contoured. But this is the finished look. And these are the eyes. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see more of the eyes. Just kind of a little bit of a touch sultry, a little bit daytime, kind of like sultry in the daytime, but I try and keep the eyes really open by using the NYX pencil underneath. And anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks, and try out your own eyeshadow quad and let me know what you guys do. Bye.